Number one, there's a provision in there that anyone over the age of 74 has to go before what is effectively a death penalty.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's in there, folks. You're wrong. Okay, children. All right, children.
hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars that we're talking about, is all based on the idea that CO2 is heating our planet. And this theory, which we have to all understand, pushing this theory, this administration, is basically by putting such an emphasis on it, being willing to sign agreements that put enormous power in the hands of global decision makers instead of just American decision makers, as well as have a tremendous impact on jobs, especially in the coal industry, where we're talking about tens of thousands of jobs that are being lost. And I'm very happy to hear we're trying to do something to help them come through a crisis, but men and women who have earned a living and support thrown out because of a theory.
Regarding my friend from California and what he just said, if he thinks that carbon dioxide doesn't cause any human health problems, I invite him to put a plastic bag over his head, tie it tightly around his neck, and see what happens next.
On a day-to-day basis, I get most of my food from trash dumpsters. I also pick fruit from trees. Not to mention I harvest it off just random bushes around town. I even harvest my own honey from my own beehive. Or I go rescue beehives.
Give me morning groaning, Give me morning groaning me, early in the morning, you, morning groaning, baby. I got a moan to you, baby. I got a moan to you, baby. Come on.
And when I rescue beehives, sometimes I get honey right there while I'm saving the bees and giving to someone. I get myself a little bit of honey from wild bees in the city, in the urban environment. I teach children. I don't believe in buying diamond rings or jewelry for my girl. I don't buy cut flowers. I don't contribute anything. Being a minimalist, I don't contribute to I contribute as little as possible as I can to the demand on the planet. As little as possible. I've even had clothes donated to me, and I'll wear those clothes. I don't believe in the traditions of modern society and buying our children a bunch of toys made of plastic on Christmas and cutting down trees and contributing to the farming of trees and bringing a Christmas tree into my home. I don't believe in buying a bunch of chocolate and candies and sweets and plastic eggs on Easter. You see, I have a whole different mentality and a whole different philosophy. To all the consumption, our traditions are putting a strain on this planet that it just is not. We're not going to survive in all of our taking care of each other's feelings and buying each other presents to make each other feel good. We're actually killing each other because we're killing the thing that we have to live off. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time when the planet could handle this, when there wasn't 7 billion people on it and growing. But we have to evolve. The same thing we did to the buffalo on this continent is what mankind is doing to every other species and himself with his traditions and his ideas of thinking he needs more stuff. By thinking we're being successful, what is considered success on this planet is actually dark and evil. And it is killing us. So enjoy your success. Enjoy your golden handcuffs. Because you bought into something that is leading to the demise of the one thing that nurtures you the most. Your Mother Earth. Your planet.
What I talked about last time, which was, last time I was talking about how you shouldn't do anything because you probably suck, which is true. However, the corollary, the inverse of that is that there's not really too much out there in terms of what you can do. I think that there's a few different layers of doing stuff and getting good at stuff. A few different layers, and by that I mean, one layer is knowing what is good. So like having the ability to look at something and determine whether or not it's truly sophisticated or worth making, or whether it's junk. And that's sort of a skill on its own that probably can be developed. But that ties into your ability to get good at something and your ability to pick up a skill. Because if you don't have like a discerning taste, if you don't have, and you don't have to be like a smug hipster about it, you just have to know the difference between something that is well crafted and something that is someone mashing on their keyboard in Fruity Loops or whatever. But that ties into skill building, because if you don't have that, then you can't really look at what you're doing but with a critical eye. So that's one thing. The other thing that's anyway. So I think if you can develop the ability to look at something and determine whether or not it is well made or aesthetically sophisticated, you can, with hard work, probably get good at most things. Pleasing a woman, not so much. to be a painter or a fag or a cum slut, or you want daddy's cummies, or you want to be a plumber, you want to be the world's best toilet pump, suck, rim seat, shit pipe eater, or you want to be a great, beat maker, you want to make beats, you want to do beatboxing. Side note, you remember beatboxing? It seems to have gone away. I think that the prevalence of beatboxers, okay, you've got like Red Bull Beatboxing World Championships in Germany, or whatever fag country where they think beatboxing is cool still. Okay, I think the prevalence of that is reflective of a healthy economy. Not that it's a healthy thing to do beatboxing. You should never do it. You should never watch it. But I think that if there are enough people with enough fuck around time and enough fuck around money to support beatboxing, that means that generally speaking, the economy is healthy. Got enough money burning a hole in your pocket to support beatboxing, okay? You're well off at that point.
Wrong nigga, cheap son, nigga, the beat son, looking at them, the niggas, let me son, I'm like the cheap one, on campus C son, went to the internet to check out beat rush, ain't beat gun, rocket sound, beat rush, taking the program, you ain't from, we from, achievement gets the thoughts, action, vision, taking the freedom for granted, prison. That's how we roll, minutes, more time, hold yo, why, so nice, so cold, revenge, so old, smile from the day we rush, thinking the thoughts hurt, you made back, you know soft, tequila, no snaps, rolls and dope, continue to lay back, on control, ain't cutting no slack, bitches and bars, like I see, yeah, the kitchen bar, roast no suspect, full of blow, see I need next, soon as I bust back on the couch checks.
It's Tuesday in Lapis, Stockholm, Sweden. It's almost 10 p.m. This is what happens when one person starts screaming at night. This is a long one. Can't believe it.
children the gift that my parents have given me, education.
Childhood in and of itself is valuable. It's not just a means to become an adult.
And have no feelings, be nonviolent, and love his enemy. No matter what kind of attack, be it verbal or otherwise, he's supposed to take it. But if he stands up and in any way tries to defend himself, then he's an extremist. No, I think that the speaker who preceded me is getting exactly what he asked for. Extremism in defense of liberty, extremism in quest of justice is because I firmly believe in my heart that the day that the black man takes an correcting step and realizes that he's within his right, when his own freedom is being jeopardized, to use any means necessary to bring about his freedom or put a halt to that injustice, I don't think he'll be by himself. I live in America where there are only 22 million blacks against probably 160 million whites. One of the reasons that I'm in no way reluctant or hesitant to do whatever is necessary to see that black people do something to protect themselves, I honestly believe that the day that they do, many whites will have more respect for them, and that there will be more whites on their side than are now on their side with these little wishy-washy love thy enemy approach that they've been using up to now. And if I'm wrong, then you're a racialist.
Citizen that stands for something that represents kids like me, like them, in the state, in the city, with the world watching us. Are you making the right decisions for these kids that are reading those textbooks, while you are supporting the policies of a man who wants to grab women by the pussy?
This is Dan Quinn reporting to your future house in Washington. You know, wait a minute, the whites, your white. What was I saying? Yeah, give the people what they want, Hillary. Give them the violin works and stevia. The first to back stevia is going to the White House. Oh, those assholes, they kept it back because stevia sweet fucking takes, what, all this fat off my fucking body and makes me a glimmer of what I used to be when I caught Tim Brown from behind. Nigga. How would that go? Anyways, give the people what they want, Hillary. Ladies love the orgasm. The violin from all reports when it hits. Oh yeah. Ching, 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 ching. Like Vegas, Dana Joe. You guys aren't really into that though. Anyways, this is Dan Quinn reporting to your future seat in the White House, Hillary. You know what? Back stevia. Give people freedom from fat and sickness, and help the good guys take back this planet, you know, save it, because they're trying to kill it or take over the world, something like that. Crazy shit, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. And, yeah, the violin works. Stevia is the sweet cure. We could have a health utopia, and ladies could have 60 to 100 orgasms every night if they don't have a C-section. And if they do, we're going to do a class action lawsuit because astrogliding gravity would have prevented all that unnecessary profit to the doctor. They don't give a fuck. They want you sick. They want to look at you when you're dead. Hip-hop!
Yo, stop fronting and use your head. Yo, stop fronting and use your head.
Yeah, crazy Los up in here. You know what I'm saying? Look at all everybody, all the Los' fans. I'm gonna spit this venom like it ain't no thing in this game. You know, crazy Los is gonna spit. That's meant to be no joke, no fear. What I said, I straight do it for the hit. I do it for the brain. In this game in every way. No playing what I got to say. Crazy Los all about getting paid, all about his dough. To show something y'all needs to know. Will I spit? Hope that what I said, will I do it for the hit? Crazy Los straight, keep it so real. All them suckers need to chill. They don't wanna play your thug. In every way, I keep it so thug. You know what I'm saying? Straight up though, this is Crazy Los, aka Jesus is servant in the house. Straight putting it down all around. My other alias is Big Dick Master. You know what I'm saying? Crazy Los straight spits on the mic. No fear, boy, I'm on the mic. I'm being precise, suckers act dumb. Things ain't gonna be nice, it ain't gonna be good. Hope y'all understood. Crazy Los straight, keep it so true. Rolling flow, something y'all need to know. Them suckers don't wanna test the thug. Something to I just confess, I keep it so thug. I take out them fools that ain't true, like it ain't no thing. In this game, in every way, no playing what I got to say. You know, Crazy Los, all about his dough, for show, all about his dinero. Straight up though, Crazy Los straight spits that realness. Suckers can't deal with it. Hope that what I said, will I do it for the hit? You know, straight up though, them suckers don't wanna play a G. In every way, I keep it so G'd. Yes indeed, suckers on the mic don't wanna compete. Them suckers would lose. I straight keep it so true. I do it so cool. You know, Crazy Los straight from the bay. In every way, straight do it so great. The reason why suckers hate and debate on what I do is because I do it so great. Crazy Los straight kept it so real. Y'all should need to deal while I did show y'all my skills. Yeah, shout goes out to everybody over here. You know what I'm saying? For reals though. Crazy Los definitely into his house. You know what I'm saying? Crazy Los, aka Big Dick Bastard right here. You know what I'm saying? Gonna keep it pushing. Jesus' son. You know what I'm saying? Straight up though. Jesus is servant. You know, striving to be that better individual. I can't stop and I won't stop. You know what I'm saying? God bless everybody. You know what I'm saying? Straight up the Los blinging with that chain. You know what I'm saying? Straight up though. Shoot, Los gon' keep it pushing. Yeah, no. Shout goes out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? For reals though. God bless and we out. Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What can we do for you today?
Could I please get a cup of the Persephone blend?
Yeah, absolutely. Persephone to stay?
The pour-over process was new to me and slower than I was used to. I watched the barista carefully weigh the water and time the pour. The result was sweet, clean, and fragrant. There I was at Intelligentsia's original location on Broadway to meet with co-founder Doug Zell.
Coffee means different things to different people, and we'd like to say that we take a thoughtful approach from the beginning at source and what we do with the producers to the way that the ingredient is handled, all the way into the customer's cup. I go to bed thinking about how good that first cup of coffee is going to taste. I still think nothing touches that great first cup of coffee.
I agree.
The industry has really been transformed in 20 years from something that may have looked a lot more like fast food into something where the barista actually takes great pride and care in the preparation of the drink, and it's important that it comes out perfect because there is a lot of pride in getting it right.
This environment particularly is so chill.
Yeah, and the kind of coffee that we're serving and in the environment that we're serving is something that makes their day.
Wagner at the New York Stock Exchange with your CBSN business headlines. About 40,000 Verizon workers went on strike this morning. They want increased pay and improved working conditions.
Hello, I'm the mayor of Reseda, and I'm saying to you, welcome to Reseda.
Where dreams come true.
Reseda, it's all you need.
Come on down to Reseda. Well, the mayor will meet ya. Take a dip in the Reseda River. Oh, don't mind that cadaver. Check out the wildlife here. Cool off with an ice cold beer. Come stay at our 1.5-star motel. Come see the things we sell. Stay away from that shark. Avoid Canoga Park. Reseda, it's all you need. Reseda, where Karate Kid was filmed. Hi. Visit us on the World Wide Web.
Reseda, it's all you need.
We are all piled on top of ourselves with thousands and thousands of rules. I get out of prison for a minute and meet the angels of L.A. L.A.'s Angel Town. Back in the back, that's where we get down. You up in the front talking about money, honey. I'm back in the back up in the crack. She knows me well. I'm on soul. My Linda Bill is angel to these monks that just took their heads in San Diego because they're way behind time. Underwater. We're dead in that nuclear submarine coming back from China with Ronnie Reagan riding wheelchairs on fire. Out through the paratroopers in Arizona highways. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That's my daddy too, you know. But then you keep coming back and telling me I'm less than an American because I don't, and I've already whipped everybody 3 times. I don't have any problems with anybody. You got me on PC, won't accept my word. I was Judge Ovid. He was Charles Manson. I'm Judge Ovid. I'm Tiger Man. In the zoo. In San Diego. I ride a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle in L.A. Bunch of straight Satans. Call themselves devils. Say they're get down. Say they got the money over on another edge of town. They got the Beach Boys tied up in their contracts. You can't get into the real estate because Pasadena is a submarine that's run by Jody Hoover, who's over in the chapel, who comes from Colombia with the drug cartel, saying he got money with 2 guns and he taking that pussy. I blew him to hell. It's that simple. Ring the bell. ding along, sing along. Mitch Miller, the movies. I'm Bing Crosby, hard as a hobo, loves to roam in fields of clover. I'm Gene Autry. I'm all those guys. I'm another children. I'm down a wave or two up underneath. Do what you're doing.
Fuck you Red Bull, fuck you Boiler Room, and fuck you Charles Demga.